decorative edge finish can elevate a quilt from excellent to extraordinary. I'm Kathy Wiley, and in this tutorial, we will learn how to create a clamshell quilt-edge finish. A clamshell is half a circle. If you took a circle with a 1-inch diameter and divided it in half, you would end up with a clamshell that is 1 inch wide and half an inch high. To draft a clamshell pattern, draw a semicircle of the desired size. Combo circle templates are very handy for drawing circles, or you can use a compass. If you're handy with your computer, many programs will draw circles and half circles in any size. Add 2 straight lines to the semicircle 1/4 inch long. This will be the seam allowance for the clamshell. For my project, I'm making clamshells in 3 sizes: 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/8 inch. Trace the clamshell shape plus seam allowance onto the wrong side of a strip of fabric. I made my strip long enough so that I could fold it to make 2 layers. Or you could cut another fabric strip for the second layer instead. Set up your sewing machine for a small straight stitch. I reduced the stitch length on my machine to 1 millimeter. Place the 2 layers right sides together and stitch on the marked lines. Cut out the clamshell close to the stitching. Now, turn the clamshell right side out. This will be a challenge for small size clamshells, so here's my trick. Find a small tubular object that will fit inside the clamshell opening. It could be a straw, or an electrical wire connector, or a drywall anchor, which is what I used. Then find a blunt tip instrument that will fit into the tube. A crochet hook could work, or I'm using a tool called That Purple Thing. Insert the tube into the clamshell then push the clamshell fabric into the tube using the blunt instrument. Remove the tube and continue pushing the fabric until it is completely right side out. To give the clamshell a good press, I made a heat-resistant mylar template. The template has the same half-circle shape at the end, plus a long edge to hold on to. I dip the fabric clamshell in water to soften the fibers and remove any fabric markings. Insert the mylar template. Smooth the curved fabric edge. And press. The project that I'm working on will finish as a circle. I lined up the raw edges of the clamshells with the circle I had drawn on my background fabric. For a quilt with a straight edge, line up the clamshells with the outside edge of the quilt or border strip. Sew the clamshells with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. For my circle project, I cut a piece of batting the finished size of the quilt. For a larger quilt, the batting could be trimmed after quilting right close to the outside edge. Press under the seam allowance of the backing fabric. Turn the clamshells to the outside edge and cover the raw edges with the backing fabric. Hand stitch the backing fabric in place. This decorative edge finish will truly elevate your quilt from excellent to extraordinary.